beloved Assyria!
At your request.
Rend your soul! You cannot stop me!
Alright, what is going on? This is my current build that I'm running. So, I don't really use Mana Drain or Bone Blast too much anymore. I do off and on, but at the current time I am not. My main thing I'm doing is staying in demon form. Trying to stay in demon form for as long as I can. It's really just the main thing that I'm trying to rock. Staying there as long as I can. Frostwall I use for defense, works really well. It also chills them. So I have the 40% more effect, so I can block off entire hallways and dungeons and stuff and keep me safe for a little bit. Drop some comets on the other side. Grim Feast I'm running right now instead of Cast on Minion or Cast on Shock, just because that's the way I'm just testing that right now. Flame Ball I use to ignite my Bonestorm projectiles and give me a little bit of extra damage. Bone Cage I use for defensive, so especially with these pin-up ones I got, like I have 120% more pin-up, and this one is all no stun but all physical pin. It pins little enemies immediately, and then also the bigger enemies, the rarer ones, sometimes second or third bone gauge pins them. Bone Storm DPS, my damage is decent, I think. I have more cast speed, 25% more damage, and then 35% more damage. You know, with this one, my Bonestorm's going through my flame wall. I'm not sure if they do elemental damage after they've been ignited. I don't know. But it certainly does. If it goes through the flame wall, they get ignited, they will ignite an enemy. So it seems to be working. Comet is just a great, just blast them. I use this lots of little minions running around or in dungeons and toss like a frost wall and throw Comet on the other side. Works really well. Fireball, I use this to ignite enemies and proc that extra elemental damage. Same with Raging Spirits, same thing. Use that. Between these two, I just have them going everywhere. Vulnerability, use it on the bosses. And my Skeletal Warriors on this version, I only run 2. I would like to run more, but I'm currently really low on spirit. Like I only have 139 and I need a bunch for Raging Spirits. Need some for Grim Feast, and I need some for Demon Form. So yeah, I need 15 spirit and reserved for demon form to get 30% recovery from my life glasses. Little hit and miss. Most of the time I will run just one and put in this one because it just helps a little bit. So on to my weapons. I don't run the secondary ones, so I just run this in an offhand. I need better weapons, I need better gear, but it's going to come along. My main things are try to use as much spirit as I can, and then as much spell physical damage or just spell damage. One of the two. Try to get as much ring additional damage, like 4 or 5 additional damage, physical or elemental, for the comet. This one's a good ring, grants 1 additional skill slot. That's pretty handy. I don't know my passive skill tree. For the main tree, talking our main skill points, I went up here, over, and grabbed these mana regeneration. Then I come over this way, grabbing just intelligence, strength, and dexterity. I maxed, like, went high intelligence, but I started to grab more strength and dexterity. So I grabbed this 1 mana regeneration node here. I keep coming over. I grab all of these for, like, I think it's in 20, 30, like 60% spell damage. It's huge. All the way up to the T here, and then we come down. I need to refund this guy. I don't want that one. I grabbed this. This is important. Grab the increased damage while ignited and the increased damage while chilled. Also grab the 25% increased cold damage, 25% fire damage. So you get more elemental, but you get 40% elemental, and then you get 24 and 20. You almost get 49 to cold and 49 to fire as well. And then to finish it off, I grabbed these physical spells here. So yeah, I think, what is it, 10, 20, 30, 55 physical damage, and some increased attack speed too. That's nice. So that was my main. Oh, and then I grabbed these 2 points here too. And for my weapons at 1, I'm up from the bottom, grabbing these spell damage and minions. Give us a little bit more physical, a little bit of minion. Then I come over here and I grab these ones for 10, 20, 30, another 60. It's 60% spell damage with a 5% reduced cast speed. That's pretty big for spell damage. So if you're not in your demon form, getting 60% spell. For weapon set 2, I was going to run a staff, so I grabbed some of these elemental damage ones, but it was just weaker than my weapon set 1. So this, I'm going to change and try to run a staff with it, but at the current time, it's useless. Now onto the shape-shifting one from the demon form. I needed more mana regeneration because it really sucks back the mana. So I just grabbed these 3 off of this node. I grabbed these 3 mana regeneration. And then I grabbed these ones to regenerate some life. And grabbed that 10% increased damage and critical hit chance. And then I grabbed this one and these 3 for some more. That's like another, 10, 20, 35% mana regeneration and 15% life. So that's huge. I grabbed these 3 first and then these ones here. And then I grabbed these ones. And then I branched out this way. So I would concentrate on mana regeneration first with the shape shifting. And then for the second way I run this, let's say you want to run a bunch of minions, you put on your scepter, you have a whole bunch of mana, or sorry, spirit L. So I would get rid of my Grim Feast because I don't really want it. I would put on cast on minion death. I would put I would probably put comet in there. These modifiers out. I would take that. I would also put fireball in there. And there's I put the energy node in there. Now we have 2 empty slots, so I could probably run either a different. Actually, we could still run Grim Feast, but depends on how many. Wouldn't run Grim Feast. So now we need to reduce some of the minions. I'd probably just take that and sock it out in there. You could run 6 minions. You could also run Raise Zombie. You run Raise Zombie or another thing too, right? That's kind of where I would go with that. And you can have a whole bunch of zombies. And 2, if you want them to die faster, so we touch back on that. If you want them to die faster, you put this one on, and then they just immediately they'll be back in 5 seconds. You still have your 2 regular ones, but if you wanted to keep more minions out, you have raise zombie on, so you can just raise zombies from the corpses done, and then these guys will come back and it'll keep calling in. It'll keep calling in your 2 spells all the time, and as you can see, they get alive, and it immediately has enough energy to call it all back. Pretty cool. Anyways, that's the build, and that's how it goes.
own flesh.
Another corpse to serve me.
Depraved witch. You are not long for this world. Your soul is mine. I will end your meaningless life. Cut down. Your soul is mine. Cut down. Your soul is mine. The spirit's hunger. Rend your soul. My beloved Assyria.
At your request.
Rend your soul. Sakura! You cannot stop me. Cut down. Harry. Assyria, join me. Cut down. Cut down. Harry. Assyria, join me.
At your request.
Give it a rest.
Your empire.
You dare disturb me?
is my power to wield.